Welcome to this short tutorial on vertical analysis. Now, vertical analysis looks at each line item as a percentage to a total. Now, vertical analysis commonly done for both the income statement and balance sheet. And when we're looking at the income statement, the 100% number that we're going to compare each line item to is total sales. And if we're looking at the balance sheet, we're going to compare each line item to the total assets. That's our 100% number. What we have here is a balance sheet for the 2018 and also 2017 years. Now, the question then wants you to prepare a vertical analysis of this balance sheet and to round your answers to 3 decimal places. So pause the video now, complete the vertical analysis for the balance sheet information that you have here, and also come up with a couple conclusions based on your vertical analysis. So pause the video now, complete the vertical analysis, come up with a couple conclusions, and then resume the video. Okay, welcome back. Let's look at the vertical analysis for this balance sheet. As mentioned, the vertical analysis compares each line item to a total. With the balance sheet, our total number is our total assets. So we're going to compare everything to our total assets. That's going to be our 100% number. So we're going to compare everything to our total assets. That's going to be our 100% number for the balance sheet. All we're going to do then is take each individual item, cash of $110,000, divided by total assets of 1.4 million, and that's going to give us the percentage that cash is of our total assets. So 110,000 divided by 1.4 million, cash is going to be 7.9% of total assets. We do the same for our next line item, which is accounts receivable. 70,000 divided by 1.4 million, accounts receivable is going to be 5% of total assets. Inventory, 30,000 divided by 1.4 million, 2.1%. And then finally, property, plant, and equipment net, 1,190,000 divided by 1.4 million, that's going to be 85%. Now, we know that when we add up the percentages, the 7.9, the 5, the 2.1, and the 85, we should get a total of 100%, and we do. So all we're doing is just figuring out how much each individual asset is as a percentage of our total assets. And we can do the same for 2017. So 80,000 divided by 1.1 million, cash in 2017 was 7.3% of our total assets. Moving on to accounts receivable, we do the calculation, that's 9.1%. Inventory, 10.9%. And then finally for our property, plant, and equipment net, we take the 800,000 divided by the 1.1 million, and that's 72.7%. And once again, if we add up those percentages, the 7.3, 9.1, 10.9, 72.7, we get a total of 100%. So that's the first step in the vertical analysis. Figure out how much each individual item is of your total. And then we can do some analysis. We can compare year to year. So a couple of more prominent conclusions. If we look at our property, plant, and equipment, the first conclusion that we can make is that for 2017, property, plant, and equipment is a greater percentage of our total asset. So property, plant, and equipment is 85% of our total assets in 2018 versus 72.7. So that could mean that we're investing more in our property, plant, and equipment, which is actually a good thing. We're investing more of our assets into our property, plant, and equipment, so we're probably expanding, which is a good sign. Another prominent analysis point could be our inventory. As a percentage of our assets, we're actually holding less inventory. We're holding less inventory once again as a percentage of our assets. Last year we were holding 10.9% of our assets as inventory. This year we're holding 2.1% as a percentage of our total assets, which could be a good thing. The less inventory we're holding, the less cost we have to store our inventory, and also the less chance that our inventory will go obsolete. So those are a couple of conclusion points with respect to this vertical analysis. So that brings us to the conclusion of this short tutorial on vertical analysis. Good luck with your studies.